Good morning. Welcome. If we've never met, my name is Valérie. You're welcome to call me Val. And this is Destress Express. It's a class where we slowly move, holding posture for a couple minutes, finding a moment to be with ourselves and our bodies. I'll invite you to start the practice on your back. So any position on your back, this can look like Shavasana, but you're welcome to bend your knees and knock them together if that's more comfortable for you. There's no right or wrong in how you position yourself here, anywhere on your back. As a reminder, as always, this is your practice, so I'm here as a guide. I'll suggest movements, but you're welcome to stay still or take any other movements that you are needing today. Land here. Bring your awareness onto your nose. And without altering the breath, I know it's hard, but just notice. How's your breathing right now? Is it shallow? Is it deep? Maybe you ran under the rain to come here. How does it feel? And then slowly, by bringing again the awareness onto the nose, if you've lost that, start to lengthen each inhale through the nose and each exhale through the nose. If it helps, you're welcome to count, like I'm breathing in for 3, 2, 1. Breathing out for 3, 2, 1. But if you don't like counting, just lengthen the breath. Feel it expanded into your chest. And then feel the release as you breathe out. It's easy for our minds to wander when we hold posture, so I will always encourage you to come back to your breath. If you're trying to make a list of the rest of your day, come back to your breath. Bolster underneath you, whether it's on your head or your knees, it might feel better to release it in the next moment or so as we start to move. Bring your legs maybe a little closer together. If they are bent, extend them. And then gently bring your right knee towards your chest. Hold onto your shin or the back of your thigh for wind relieving pose. And here, you're welcome to stay still, but you can also explore a little bit of movement. Bring your knee more towards your shoulder or closer to your chest. You may find a sticky point, like a point where it's like, oh, this is where the stretch is, so you can hold it here and breathe. Release the left hand, but keep the right hand onto your shin or back of thigh, and then open that hip towards the right. So we will hold like a V here, and This can be fun to hold your knee like this, but maybe a little more work than you need. So here's the block for you underneath it, or the bolster, just so that you can open the hip, feel it in the inner thigh, and breathe. Gently bring your right knee back towards your chest. And now you want to actually use your left hand and cross that leg over towards the left side of your mat in a twist. Be mindful of your neighbor. We're very busy. Yes. So maybe you can cactus the other arm, so your right arm, or if you have space or you know your neighbor, you can extend it out. And once again, the bolster can be your friend here, especially if your knee is quite off the ground. Yes. Aha, yes. Sorry, thank you. There we go. A few breaths here in the twist. Gently come back to the center. Bring both your knees toward your chest. And our little ball. And then you can extend the right leg, but keep your left knee to you, grabbing the shin, the back of the thigh. Wind relieving pose. If you feel a lot of tension in your low back, you're welcome to rebend the right leg and bring the sole of the right foot on the ground. And again, you're welcome to explore movement on bringing the knee a little more towards the left, towards your shoulder, or a little more towards your chest. Left hand onto your shin or thigh, release your right arm, and then open your knee towards the left. Welcome to put the block or bolster underneath it for support. There's lots of time for you to settle in here. left leg towards the right side of your mat. Again, you're welcome to use the bolster for support. It's really nice, feels nice. To have it underneath. Do your best to keep your shoulders grounded. It's a deep twist, so it's okay if you don't go very far. Center, hug again, both knees to your chest. Maybe you want to sway side to side, massaging the low back. And then bring your right arm overhead, come to a fetal position on your right side. So just bring yourself there, careful for obstacles. Take 2 to 3 breaths right here. And if you are ready, come on up to seated. Position, seated. This can be cross-legged, but you can also extend your legs. And if sitting cross-legged, your knees are really, really high here, I really suggest you sit on something like your block or your bolster. We'll do a few posture right here from seated. So bring the crown of your head a little more towards the ceiling. Sit tall. Beautiful. Let's take 2 breaths together. Big inhale through the nose. And let the air out through the mouth here. Again, inhale. Sigh it out. Amazing. Bring your arms alongside your body. Let them dangle for a moment. And then inhale, bring your arms overhead. So you can then bring forward here. And then as you exhale, twist towards the right. So right hand comes back towards the back of your mat. And the left hand can be on your right knee without crunching the knee in. Just slightly touching. You want to move a little bit with breath here. Use the inhale to lengthen the spine. And then exhale to twist a tiny bit more. Look back. 3 to 4 breaths on your own like this. On the exhale, you can twist a little more. Inhale to bring your arms back, forward and overhead. And then exhale to the other side. Again, inhale to lengthen the spine. And then exhale to twist a little more. Look back. Beautiful. 3 to 5 maybe breaths here. Inhale, come back through center, arms overhead. And then exhale, arms by your side. Take a moment to bring your legs to one side and come onto your hands and knees. Tabletop position. Toes can be tuck or untuck here, you're choosing. And then let's move slowly, cat-cow. So traditionally inhale to arch the spine. And then exhale to round in. But you're welcome to stay a little longer in each of those movements. You can move your hips side to side. You can take another wrist variation. A few rounds. Let's say 2 more. And then once you're done, come back to a more neutral spine and then walk your arms forward. So much so that your chest can drop down. This is melting heart pose. It's quite deep on the shoulders. So at some point you want to rest your forehead on something. So for me, I can go on the floor, but if that's not you, you can use your block or your bolster. Hips are high over the knee. Yes. So yeah, lean a little more forward. You got it. That's it. A few breaths here. Reactivate your hands and then press into them so that you can come back up, walk them back under your shoulder. Stretch this out, so follow along with the breath here. Inhale to reach the right arm up, and then as you exhale, thread your shoulder underneath you. Don't get too comfy, we're coming right back up. Inhale, arms up. Yes, exhale, thread the shoulder. One more time, inhale. And exhale, thread the shoulder, and this time you can drop the shoulder on the ground, the right side of your face as well. And then you can move your left hand forward or at your low back, whatever feels good. A few rounds of breath in the shoulder stretch. Yes, press into it. Big inhale. Reach your right arm up to the ceiling. Exhale, bring your right hand back down. Let's do the other side. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, thread the shoulder underneath you. Twice more, just like that. Inhale, reach, reach, reach. Exhale, thread. Last time, inhale, reach up. Exhale, thread, and this time you can stay here. To run again, the right hand can come wherever you feel better, where you're more supported. press into it. Big inhale, reach the left arm up. And then exhale, left hand down. Now tuck your toes here, and then come to downward facing dog. Hips up and back. Whoa. If this is your first down dog of the day, take your time here. Maybe bend one leg at a time. Maybe find stillness right away. And then walk your hands towards your feet. Come towards the back of your mat. Once you are there, bend your knees quite a bit. Let yourself dangle into a forward fold. So you want your belly to rest on your thighs. So for me, I have to bend quite a bit my knees. You can grab your elbows. You can sway side to side. Shake your head yes, shake your head no. And then release your elbows if you're grabbing them, and slowly, very slowly, one vertebra at a time, come on up. Take your time. Good morning. Let's move through half sun salutation together with breath, really slowly, mindfully. Inhale, arms forward and up. Exhale, hinge at your hips, fold back down. Inhale, hands to shin, halfway lift. Exhale, refold over your legs. Press into your feet. Inhale, bring your arms forward and up. And then exhale, hands by your side, mountain pose. Couple more times, just like that. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shin, head towards the mirror. Exhale, fold. Press into your feet. Inhale, bring your arms forward and up. Maybe look up. Exhale, arms by your side. Last time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Press a big inhale. Reach tall. And then exhale, mountain pose. From here, inhale, arms forward and up. As you exhale, bring your left arm under the right. Cross at your elbows and then grab either your shoulders or maybe opposite hands. Bend a little bit into your knees and then grab that left leg, cross it over the right. Whoa. And then the toe can stay on the ground for support, like this is morning and Sunday. Or you can maybe hover, maybe you can wrap behind your calf. Again, there's no right or wrong. If balance is up, toes on the ground. Yes. And then lift your elbows just a tiny bit higher. Yes, get the stretch in your shoulder. Feel that, especially if you work a desk job like this. Right? And just breathe. Beautiful. Garudasana. Eagle. To unravel, bring your arms up, bring your foot down, and then exhale, arms by your side. Again, inhale, arms up. Exhale, this time the right arm goes under the left, cross at your elbows, and grab shoulders or hands. Bend a little bit into the knees. That helps with the balance. And then grab the right leg, bring it over the left. And you might need something different on this side. So just acknowledge that. Your heart once again. Lift those elbows. Yes, you got it. You want to squeeze everything towards the midline in Garudasana. So you squeeze it every here, and then when you open, you have all this fresh blood coming. So squeeze like you're hugging the person you love the most. Yes. That's it. A few more breaths right here. Inhale, unravel your arms, bring your right leg up. Exhale, foot down, arms by your side. All right. Bring your hands to your hips. Bring the weight into the right foot. And then opening up for tree pose, Vrikshasana. So again, this is the pose. Your foot and toe can be right at the ankle for support. But you're welcome to move your foot on your calf all the way up to your inner thigh, wherever it feels supported. Once you are rooted down, you can express your tree in any other form. Maybe you feel more grounded here, hands at heart center. Maybe you want to reach to the sun behind the clouds, right? And open your branch. Vrikshasana. Long inhale and exhale here. Hands can come back to your heart center if they're not already there. With your inhale, bring the left knee in. And then as you exhale, foot down. Arms by your side. And then bring your hands back to your hips. Weight into the left foot, opening up the right. You choose your variation. Tree pose on this side. And of course, we think of tree pose as a balancing pose. It is, you're on one leg. But it's also a hip opener. So you want to move that right knee towards the back of the room as much as you can. Grounded, then reach up. Heart center. Inhale, right knee forward. Exhale, foot down. Arms by your side. We'll bring a little bit, just a tiny bit of energy because this is my favorite pose. So arms up. And then as you exhale, bend into your knees. Tiny chair. It doesn't have to be a deep chair. If you've attended any of my other classes, you know what I mean, right? I go nowhere. None of that today. Just a chair pose for 3 breaths all together. Exhale. Yes. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Amazing. Last inhale. And then as you exhale, fold over your legs. Let that go. Beautiful. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, walk your hands forward. Come back to your downward facing dog. From here, you're welcome to stay for the next couple breaths, or if you want to move along to a modified flow or a full flow, come with me. Inhale, come forward to high plank. And then as you exhale, you can lower your knees down, bend into your elbows, come all the way down. Press into the tops of your feet. Inhale, baby cobra. And then exhale, back to downward facing dog. Now I'll invite you to either do 2 more of those flow or lower down and take some water and child's pose. So welcome to move through the flows, skip it. This is your practice. And once you are done, the 2 flows, we'll meet in the Balasana, child's pose. So knees can be together or apart, arms forward, and then the sit bones towards the heels. from child's pose, come back up to sort of seating on your shins here. And we're going back to like, I guess the brother of down dog, if that's something we can call it. So come onto your forearms here. And then you want to bring your hands actually more open than you think, because naturally at some point they will come back in. So bring them like really out. Yes, and then tuck your toes and lift your hips. This is dolphin's pose. Head is off the floor here. So you're like in down dog on your forearms. Yes. We're here for just a couple breaths. I know it's strong. So breathe through this. And then walk your feet back a little more. Bring your shoulders over your elbows and slowly drop your belly down onto the floor. Untuck your toe. This is Sphinx pose. It's a stretch for the low back mostly, but if you don't feel much here and you'd like more, you can bend your knees and imagine that you're touching your head here. For me, I feel so much right now, so I can't, but you do you. And if it's still not enough, you can also press into your hands and take seal, and the same option with bending the knees here can apply. Just a few breaths. All right, if you have your knees bent, extend them, yes, and then slowly come back down onto your belly. Look one direction, doesn't matter which one. You can smile at your neighbor. Send your breath into your low back here. And then look the other direction. And while you're looking the other direction, you can bend your legs and windshield wiper your legs left to right. Be mindful of your neighbors. And then bring your hands back under your shoulder here. Press yourself up. Come to seated. So take your time here to find your sit bones, legs towards the mirror. Have a sip of water if you wish. And from seated, you will bring your legs out as wide as your mat. And again, if you're sitting here and like you feel a lot in your low back, sit on your block or on your bolster. This is gonna help tremendously. I want you to bring your torso a little bit towards your right leg, just a tiny bit, yes. And then we're folding over the leg. You don't have to activate your legs here, you just let them flop. Just folding, rounding in. And the fold can look like this. I'm just tucking the chin, your arms forward. If that's your fold, you're perfectly normal. And if you have lots of space, maybe you can bring your head towards your knee. Try to relax your toes. The feet don't need to be active here. You got it. So both hands forward. That this is hard and there's a lot of tension in your hamstring, you're normal. My 5-year-old kindergarten kids say the same. They're like, oh, sorry. So. Just a few more breaths right here. the help of your hands, slowly roll your spine back up. And then you're gonna actually bring that left leg all the way towards the back of your mat. Bring the right knee to a bend, and we're heading towards pigeon pose. So you wanna extend that left leg way, way long here. And you're welcome to stay more upright if this is the stretch you need. You're welcome to fold forward. And if you're like me and you notice that your right hip is off the floor quite a bit, this is the floor. Bring it to you. Right under it, just to protect your knee joint. Over time, there's a lot of pressure that goes there. 2 to 3 minutes here, so you can extend the back leg way, way back a little more and untuck your back toe once you are there. You can melt your heart down, yeah, come on your forearms. And that is still creating some pinch or pain in your knee. Grab my attention, give me a wave. There are multiple of other hip openers you can do. Back onto your hands. Take your time. And then tuck your back toe and then take downward facing dog. Rinse it out. Pedal your feet. And we're actually going to do pigeons on the left side right away. So bring the left knee towards your left hand and then lengthen the back leg. This side might feel different once again. Acknowledge that, and then find a placement that feels good for you. To your hands, and then this time you're going to actually drop all your weight onto your left hip and swing both your legs forward back to that V, torso towards the left leg, and then right away tuck your chin and then round in. Again, this can look like this. Or maybe you can hinge a little further. Flop your feet. No need to engage. Yes. And if you are feeling a lot, breathe. Long inhale and exhale. Help of your hands, slowly roll up your spine. Come back to a straight spine. And you may want to grab some water. We're making our way to our back in a moment, so we're heading towards supported fish. So if you have a bolster, this is a great place to use it. So you're going to start with the feet on the ground. And if this is your bolster, you bring it right by your sit bones here. And then use your bolsters, like hold it until you can come down onto your bolster. It's a heart opener. You're going to feel it in your chest here and shoulders. Yeah, so hold the bolster as you lay down. Mm-hmm. So you really want the bolster by your sit bones. Use the bolster, yes. I just don't have one. So, yes. Here we go. Right by your sit bones, exactly. And then once you're down there, you can extend the legs, but you don't have to if that's creating too much pressure. You can even bring the soles of the feet together. If you don't have a bolster, but you still want to do this posture, use your block, and you will actually want the block here in between your shoulder blades. So that's the highest of the block. So it might take a few adjustments here. On the long side, yes. And then you can release your neck down, back. To the world. Lots of things can happen. So breathe. get out, there's two ways. You can maybe press into your forearms, tucking your chin, and then come back to a seat. Or you can simply roll on one side onto the floor. Just bring the bolster next to you so that it's convenient. And then come back down onto your back. We'll suggest you take for a moment dead bug. So dead bug is, or waterfall, what a name, dead bug. But imagine a bug on your windshield, basically. So legs up, arms up. Just releasing the low back here for a minute. Waterfall is probably better as a name. Start by bringing your arms down, and then once they are down, you can maybe cactus them or bring them onto your body, and then bend into your knees and take a spinal twist. It doesn't matter if you want to cross one leg or the other or not, but bring your knees towards the left side of your mat. Let them fall towards the left side of your mat. Your head fall to the other side if you want a little bit of a stretch in your neck. Bring a little closer to your chest, and then take the twist to the other side. Where you're ready. Neck can fall towards the left. Hug or happy baby with the feet towards the ceiling and grabbing the ankles of the feet. And resting pose is your next stop. You can maybe bring the bolster underneath your knee. It might feel great, or as a pillow underneath your neck. few minutes here to find rest in the most peaceful way. So settle in, take what you need. Taking a mindful breath in through the nose, big inhale, and then open your mouth, let the air out, sigh it out. Our time together is coming to an end, but do know that you're welcome to stay in this space for a few more moments. just want to remind you that this is a silent room. So if you want to chat, do it outside the door. It will be really helpful if you could bring your bolster and block where you found them mindfully, quietly. I will be at the front if you have any questions. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Namaste.